Yeah, you did forget about that stuff, dude. Don't worry. I got you. Oh! Repeat that because I just had my stuff up, but I do feel bad for what just happened.
My grandma fell in the bathroom.
Oh god. Okay, please tell me there were no visible injuries. Like, she wasn't bleeding, no bruise. I know there's bruising, but that'll show up later.
She got her head stuck in a birdcage. She fell in such a way she got her head stuck in a birdcage that was sitting in there decoratively in the bathroom.
I'm so sorry.
It's alright. She mastered the art of falling without hurting herself too badly.
Okay, that's good. I hate that she had to master that, but it's good she didn't break so bad. By the way, I will mention this. My deck's over 40 cards.
I'm not surprised you can't, for some reason, you can't just stop at 40. You can't just make it work.
Because there's certain cards that just will not work if you don't have something over 40. I did go so far, I was planning to go at least 45, but I went like, no, not again. My original Synchro deck is 60 cards, like, Jesus.
What is that, your Black Wings?
No! My original one, the one I have in real life, is 60 cards.
Oh, you mean the one in real life?
Yes! I built one in real life that, used a lot of, like, these cards.
The only deck I actually have in real life is a junk deck that I made. That is just Cyber Dragons and just hodgepodge of random negates. That is not even remotely legal now.
Well, of course not! Most of your negates have been limited!
God damn it, people keep overusing my favorite cards.
Alright, but yes.
Well, I know what's funny? The Solemn cards are not... By the way, you were looking for Omni Negates?
Yes.
In Special Trap, try the Solemn cards.
Solemn?
Yeah, Solemn Strike, Solemn Judgment, Solemn Warning. They're all Omni Negates.
Yeah.
They're all Omni Negates.
Yeah, they
all
are.
Counter traps.
They are.
And they're counter traps.
Their price for using them though is heavy.
Not that bad, depending on what you're doing. If you don't need the life points, then it's not that bad.
Like Solomon Strike, immediately as soon as you hit below 1500, you can't use it because it requires it.
Yes, but you can always use Solemn Judgment.
Although I've always wondered, effects that deal effect damage, doesn't the Dark Nurse basically reverse that and you gain life points?
Yes.
So wouldn't that mean, like, if you used it in the exact way that it was supposed to be intended, you would gain life points instead of paying?
Yep.
Which I find absolutely amazing. Because in other words, you just figured out a way of gaining life points with that one trap card. It has more ups than downs.
In that particular deck, sure, but remember, I did play that deck before, and the entire deck needs to be in the interest of actually doing a very specific thing.
Yeah.
And if you don't do that very specific thing, it doesn't work very well.
Alright. Well, that kind of sucks regardless, but anyways. Hello, everyone!
What? I'm not ready.
Damn it!
I was gonna leave and get something.
Go!
God damn. Always so antsy.
I was expecting you to be done! Oh my gosh. But anyways, since this is what I have, this is what I got. Yeah. This favorite card all the way. Love it to death.
Okay. Just give me 1 minute so I can make sure everything is working properly.
Ooh, excuse me.
Oh, how was your day?
Everything was fine. I was just busy, like, messing with this deck. And I also went ahead and re-recorded that song. So there would be no noise, and it's just the music. But, yeah, major thing. I had to keep playing this to figure out a very specific strategy to bring it out in one turn. But it's so convoluted, it's weird.
I'm just gonna say you're going to win.
Don't immediately think that. Synchro monsters are just a lot more complicated due to the sheer fact you always need a tuner on the field. If you have 2 tuners, it don't work. Well, in very specific circumstances.
Unless it requires to, but...
Yeah. And even then, it depends on what you use in order to get it out. Because if you do it right, you can bring back the monster you used to where you don't get screwed over.
Okay,
Alright, you are prepared?
You wanna do your thing?
Yes, I will do my thing. Hello, everyone! It is time for another Yu-Gi-Oh! Challenge. We're doing Synchro summons today, and we will go ahead and tell you the caveats now. We had to choose one level 12 or higher Synchro monster in order to be in the deck, to build around it, and just make sure we can get it out on the board. Now, we don't necessarily need to bring it out during the duel, but if you can, bonus points for you. Now, I will tell you the other caveat. We had to at least have one Synchron monster in the deck, either physically in the extra deck or in your main deck.
One of the weirdest rulings I've ever seen, but okay.
Because it causes you to think on which one would be perfect for your monster. And I will say this, I physically could bring out one of the Synchrons in my extra deck, but I just don't. I'm basically the same as my cohort over here, because he's already, I'll let him explain his situation. But for mine, if I don't do a specific set of things, which this deck is meant to do to get to the big bad, I also have another big bag to get to, so I can go either or with this.
Okay. Anyway, hello, I'm the demonic zombie ghost.
Yes,
and I am playing the red Supernova Dragon and the red Nova Dragon. Depending on how this deck is working today, it's going to be one of those level 12 monsters. It's going to probably be more likely.
Yeah, and for me, I chose Cosmic Blazar Dragon and Shooting Quasar Dragon. Now, the reason why we went with the decks we chose, we did this unintentionally, by the way. I'm a full Synchron deck. He is a Resonator. So
the archetype is in the interest of this particular monster type.
Which is fine. But I find it absolutely hilarious. We're doing a Yusei and, oh god.
What's his name? Random guy.
I cannot Jack! We're doing a Yusei and Jack duel. We did that unintentionally.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna go looking for a Jack image. I do not care.
I do not care either. We're just gonna basically use our cards.
So, the Synchron that I have is Formula Synchron, because otherwise I would have to put a Synchron tuner in here that's going to screw up this deck.
And
just this in the way. It's just sitting here, chilling.
And as everyone saw while they were waiting for him to appear, I went ahead and pulled up my deck, and you can see how many tuner monsters are in it. Like, dear Jesus. And then here...
I do not know how this is gonna work.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those.
It's gonna be one of those days.
Yeah, I was planning on adding Bane and Abyss, but it just didn't work with the deck, so I kept them out. I miss Calamity! That was the best card!
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, but regardless, it's time for me...
Do you want to explain the...
Yes, I can explain the challenge, the rules against for those who have not watched these challenges before. As a normal tournament match would go, we have a total of 3 rounds. First 1 to 2 rounds, they get to say they won the challenge, and that means they get to choose the next challenge. However, there's a little caveat we have. If that person wins, they have to use the exact same deck they used in the challenge, while their opponent uses their own personal decks that was not part of the challenge in order to play in a redemption match. And that deck could be as powerful as they want it to be. All they really need to do is make sure they have a deck they can use to beat the challenge deck. If that happens, the person who wins the redemption chooses the ruling. Now, if the person wins the challenge and the redemption, they get to make the whole challenge up as they wish. That's what happened with the last video, if you want to go watch that with our Cyber Dark and Cyber Dragons duel. You gotta watch it on Walker's Chronicle Fantasy or Demonic Zombie Ghost channel.
To clarify the rulings, you get one hard ruling, which is basically the foundation, and then you get a bunch of soft rulings that you could just make interchangeably.
Yes. And
that's how we ended up with the level 12 build around the deck. And we ended up with a Synchron monster being in the deck as well.
That was the soft ruling.
Which means if he was screwed over by that, he could have changed that.
Yes.
But he wasn't.
Mm-mm.
So he didn't.
No, I was perfectly fine.
You can come in.
Alright, I'm getting out and going to the game.
Just so you know, I do not know how to play Synchros very well. I did not do a lot of practice with this deck. I squandered this day.
Apparently.
I had a lot of things going on today.
Yes, you did. Alright, I am ready.
Here we go!
Ooh, God, this is this hand?
Alright, what does that do? You're gonna have to hold my hand through this.
Okay. I basically set a field spell for later. Damn! Not the card I wanted.
Well, did you send a card that you didn't want to send?
It does it from the top of the deck. Like, you have to physically pay for the card cost. And I just basically squandered what I did.
You got a nice junk deck. Love it.
Okay. Tuner monster. Okay, this is where it's gonna have to go. Okay, here we go. Here's where the problem starts. Problem children number 1. Add.
Okay. Wait, the Synchrons have a non-effect monster? Have a non-tuner monster. Sorry, Jesus.
Yes, they have a non-tuner, and they can do things. Okay, here goes the problem, children, everyone. Bear with me. Okay. Alright, now, I have to explain this little special part of it. There is a severe chance I will probably going to bork this, but I'm going to try my damnedest to win. Alright. Yes, this one right here. But the main effect... go ahead, finish what you were trying to say, and I'll explain.
I don't know. I don't know what's important to you. Go ahead. What the fuck is this? Oh, Jesus. Oh, look at you doing things.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of things, so bear with me. Oh, this is gonna be a fucking challenge. Okay, here goes nothing, I guess, because this is where the big problems start. Okay, first rule. Never fuck up. Okay, here we go. We're gonna have to bring this one.
Oh boy.
Wait, maybe?
Let's see.
Can I do it, though? That wouldn't work in this case. Okay.
Did you just bring out a bunch of random monsters and don't have anything to do with them?
I actually have a lot to do with them. Give me a minute.
Okay. I was about to say, like, I've done that before.
Yes, I know. I'm well aware. The only problem is I have to make a choice here. Okay. That's gonna suck, though, but oh well. Here goes nothing.
Okay. FA.
Alright, there we go.
Doppel Warrior.
Okay, here goes nothing.
Are you gonna use this effect to get... Oh, never mind. PG Librarian.
Okay, now here's where the problem child starts.
There it is.
Ooh boy. Alright, which ones are the ones I can summon right now? Yeah, I can't summon it. So it'll probably have to be this one. Which case... Okay, here we go. Okay, bear with me, because this is where the problem child gets really unhinged.
Interesting.
Okay, here we go. Ooh, boy. I feel like I borked. I feel like I borked. Damn it. I borked it. Shit, oh well.
I thought the Librarian had a negate effect. Apparently not.
No, wait,
Okay.
maybe. Ooh, can I do it? Can I do it? Maybe? Ooh, this is gonna be very dangerous here. We're in dangerous territory. Fuck it.
What will it do if you do negate the activation? Okay, so this one has a negate. Got a lot of synchro monsters already.
And activate this. And I'm gonna activate, I guess? Sure. Activate. And then we also get another monster to our hands. Go ahead and do. And we'll go ahead and this one out. Alright, and now everything is prepared. Yes! Oh, that fucking sucked. Okay, and then I have to do, and then I'm just gonna end turn there.
So does this just infinitely go? Does infinite negates?
I
Or that
can
takes
do
one?
at least 2 negates this turn.
Okay.
What does this do? Oh.
Okay. Interesting. I'm trying to play around a negate here. So you got one more negate?
Yes, I have 1 more negate and that's it.
I really hate that. Let's see. Good special.
Was that even special summoned? Oh, it was normal summoned.
Yeah. I'm waiting to see if I can actually do something here. This one is special summoned, though. Can't do anything about it. Okay, well, that's it. Goodbye.
Okay. Alright, now then. My turn again. What will happen, I wonder?
You're gonna end it right here.
I can't end it. Unless I do something.
I can't do anything.
Okay, here we go. 6. Got 21. Yeah, it's 21. I need to get all the way up to higher than that. I get to this, but monster takes a level 10. 11. That's not gonna do.
It's gonna be the least interesting duel.
It's fine. I got this. First, we're gonna go ahead and do this. And fuck.
Okay, first of all, you had 3 negates.
I just drew that, if you can believe it. That's where the problem's gonna start. And
4, 5, 6.
yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get you this turn.
Well, if you got 500 more points, technically you could.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. You literally do. Okay, just don't summon it.
Yeah.
You could have ended it here.
No, I couldn't summon anything.
So you got 2 negates again?
Yep, I got 2 negates. What does that even do?
Brings out a tuner.
Oh.
I can't do anything with it.
I'm aware. Oh, another resonator.
Like, I don't think you understand. I don't have any other monsters. Another one.
Okay, I get now. Okay,
Another
I was
one.
mean. Oh, what?
There you go. There's 3 tuners on the field. We're done.
Yeah, no, we're getting rid of 1.
You know what I can do for that? Nothing. I'm just gonna throw this down.
Oh god.
Take that.
And I get this.
I don't know why you bothered doing that.
It's okay, it'll be gone next turn.
Just so you know, like, literally, you just have the win. I'm just throwing things on the field now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, bring it back.
See, this deck works off that one turn going well.
Yeah.
So, that's the problem I have with Synchro decks, is you can fuck them over very easily.
Oh. I'm bringing this out.
Again, you could end it right here. Why are you overplaying?
I'm not really overplaying, I'm just getting rid of a card off the field. It's fine. You'll understand in a second. So you can see more of the deck.
I don't need to see more. We have another duel to do.
Yeah, I know. Okay. And we're just not gonna destroy anything. I'll just do this. Yeah, there was this card in my hand. That's why I was basically... And it's back to full health.
Okay.
There.
Yay. Yay.
Okay. I wasn't trying to, like, be a beat-down dumbass. I was actually trying to play the game and show you more of the deck.
Oh, that's fine. You played the game normally. I get it.
Okay, so now you're going first. Okay, that's fair.
You're gonna stop me anyway. It's fine.
I can't do anything this turn, dude.
I don't know what you can do. You're gonna see how bad I play Synchros.
Dear Jesus! We have Red Eyes, Scarlet, Red Dragon, Archfiend. Okay, so I have to beat over that thing.
And we're done. Goodbye. That's it. Like I said,
not the hand I would have wanted. That would.
I
This
can
is.
synchro. That's about it. That's all I can do.
This is not the hand I would have wanted.
I'm sure this deck can do better. I don't know though.
Oh god, this is not the hand I would have wanted, but oh well.
Wait, what the fuck are you doing? Okay. What are you trying to do, deck?
Oh, you summon another tuner monster. And immediately synchro summon into something higher.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, so you're going the Bane route. Okay.
I'm not necessarily going any particular route.
Oh, this is still my turn.
Yeah, it's still your turn.
Okay, I'm ending now.
Okay.
I thought it was your turn for a second.
No, it just decided to play.
Yeah, it's a fun little card, isn't it? Oh, you can bring yourself into Nova now. Nice. Red Familiar. This is going to be a hard duel for me. I don't think I can beat this.
You can only do certain things.
Oh, wait. Yeah, you can't go into Nova yet.
Yeah, it requires certain things.
Fight me.
Sure. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That made it level 1.
Yeah, but now you have to figure out how to get it lower.
I don't need to get it lower, actually.
Ah! No! What does it do now? Oh, Jesus. I have to beat Beat 6!
So many resonators.
Oh, dear
Behold my
God.
army. I am not utilizing this deck properly, by the way.
You're fine. Jesus. Yes. Bring it back.
Okay. You're probably going to be able to do everything now.
Okay, there's this. Okay. We're gonna get to this one.
I just wanted to show that this deck just summons resonators like crazy.
Yeah, you're fine.
Alright, can you get into your big bad right now?
I don't know. We'll find out.
You're gonna win.
Alright, we're gonna need...
It's fine. Yeah, you're gonna be able to do it. If I didn't activate Red Familiar, it probably would be a different duel.
Okay, here. What?
I know where I messed up on this.
Not anything. Yeah, we're gonna have to go into something here. Okay, I have a choice before me.
Are we getting close?
You'll understand in just a second. Activate. You have a fucking Ash Blossom, don't you?
I really don't. The game's just waiting. I don't know why. Like I said, you're better at using synchros than me, so you're just probably good at moving faster than the game understands.
Okay, and... Probably better to be safe about this.
You don't have to play over much. And there it is.
Alright, and then battle phase.
If I may make a suggestion, you probably want to get rid of this monster, the Red Rising, because next turn I am going to be able to get into the big bad.
Oh, you just want to end this duel at this point.
No, with that card I could get into the big bad.
Oh, that's fair.
Well, why wouldn't any of that activate? Let's see. Okay.
I think you overloaded the deck with tuners.
No, I just misplayed. I know exactly where I'm at fucked up. See, I played Red Familiar, and I played into his effect, which fucked me over.
Activate this.
So, basically, if I surrender now, then we can just go into the next tool. Because this is just going to be a slog.
Okay, okay. I will try and make it quick, okay? 1. And of course you fucking buffed your life points, which makes this worse.
And I can't get rid of your monsters, by the way, so this is just going to be a while.
One more turn, that's all you gotta deal with.
Yeah, and I can't do anything. Now I get Solemn Strike, motherfucker. This would have been useful a while ago.
Yeah, it would have. Because if I remember correctly, that one is the only one that allows you to do more than one thing. I'm just ending it here. I'm not overplaying. That's not fair to you. The trinity of bullshit.
Yeah, I know where I misplayed.
Yeah. I kind of have a feeling I know where you misplayed too, but damn.
Red Familiar.
Yeah.
If I didn't do Red Familiar, I probably could have gone into a different Synchro.
But you did really well. You were able to go into Bane fairly quickly.
Now the big question.
The problem
What
with it
deck do I
is,
have that's gonna do something to you.
the actual issue with it is that you shouldn't have went with Bane. You need to go in the actual order the cards are supposed to go in. They activate their effect
that's
easier.
not the issue. Again, I know how to get where I need to go.
No,
It's just I activated Red Familiar.
that's not what I'm talking about. The
I wasn't
Bane,
concerned about Bane. Bane was just the means to an end.
yes, it was a means to an end. But the normal cards, they build off each other. Abyss, Bane, and then you from wherever you want to go from there, because their effects pile on with each other the more you use like the previous monster synchro summon. It's a weird mechanic. I played with them before, and that's the only reason I know how they work.
Let's see if this deck still works. I don't think it does.
Which one is it?
I have no idea. Let's go.
Oh, be nice to me. Okay, this is not the hand I would have wanted. Oh, please work, because you're intended to. Please work. Yes! Thank God. Come to the field. Wait, I can do what with you?
He did what in his butt?
Alright. Come, my friend. Yay! Oh my god. We're gonna activate this first, then we're gonna activate this on second. Yep. Alright. Five. Two and
Just so the audience knows, I have no idea how I'm gonna win against this. He built a pretty good deck.
okay. Alright. First of the problem child is out the way. Next of the problem children.
By the
Okay.
way, you can tell he's stressing out about every single card he plays.
Shut up. Okay. Which one do I
Don't
want?
worry, this is normal. He will stress every single way until it's my turn.
Then draw.
But yeah, I lost the challenge tool because I did not understand how to use synchros
Was
properly.
activated
That was my biggest
Effect.
issue with it.
and, if I remember correctly, it was this. Yes.
What I'm hoping to do is be able to do some shenanigans with this deck.
Select one card to send to the graveyard. Yeah, I figured. The only highest one I can send is this. Alright, and then I'm gonna have to rely on another card combination, but I can do it. Activate.
Can you?
Or by one. And then we're gonna go ahead and do one more synchro. And this card activates its effect. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and special summon this one.
So how many negates do you have?
Okay. Starting off with this one. Shit! I fucked. I royally fucked. I did so well and I fucked. I just want to surrender just to be over with it. Okay, cancel. Yes!
That's not interesting for the audience.
Alright, give me this.
Besides, there's
Yes.
always something you can do. Hey, look at how you did it.
Oh,
You feel good?
a little bit, yes. Damn
it?
it! Wouldn't let me do it. Oh well.
So, is that it? Anything else?
And yes. That's it.
Okay, so his deal is what? You can connect this card when your opponent activates a card effect, negate the activation. If you do destroy it, your opponent would summon a monster. Okay, what does that mean?
Okay, so anytime you would summon a monster, I can negate the summon itself and basically cancel out your whole like combo board or whatever you want to do. Essentially, if any summoning method you require, which is Link, Synchro, Fusion, Xyz, I can cancel it out and stop you from bringing that monster out before it can activate its effects.
So you can negate the activation of a card. You can negate the activation of a summon, any summon.
Mm-hmm.
But you only get one.
I only get one, and it's banished for the rest of the turn. I was hoping to get two, but I couldn't. It just was not in the cards for me.
So a normal summon you can negate.
I can negate a normal summon, a special summon, even a ritual summon. Whatever you want to do, it can negate it at least once.
Really?
I know what that card does!
You're gonna let that fly?
Yes, I'm gonna let that fly!
Why?
Because that card can immediately discard it and add it back to your hand and activate it again. I know what that card does! I'm letting it go because I know I can't defend against it.
I think you can, you just don't want to.
No! I cannot!
If it's negated, it's destroyed. It goes away. What are you
Yes,
talking about?
but it also has a return effect. If you discard a card from your hand, you can bring it back and activate it again. I know what that card does. You can't fool me into fucking wasting my single negate.
I mean, I could.
No, you cannot!
I can get you to waste whatever I want.
Oh god, no! You're using my strat! That's not fair!
First of all, you're using my strat. Let's be real.
You chose the one deck that was the one to defeat you last time, but you built it in your own fucking font.
Dude, I had the Cyber Dragon deck before you did. What are you talking about?
I built mine in my font, and you built yours in your font. This is basically revenge for the last video.
Okay.
Okay.
Negate?
No. I know what that card does too. That's not the one I'm gonna negate. What? Oh, Chimera Tech.
You should have negated.
Oh god. Yeah, but now you can't bring out anything bigger.
Are you sure?
Yes, oh, damn it.
Maybe
yeah,
you forgot.
Now I'm dead. Okay, this duel is a loss. I didn't realize you were gonna use. I forgot Chimera Tech's that bitch. I forgot. Okay, and then it goes into infinity.
Because none of those are in attack mode. Yeah, well. In you go. Not a big deal.
Yeah, beat stick now.
I was hoping to take one of those cards, but not a big deal.
You could have attacked me like 3 times. I would have been down in health. That was a misplay.
No, I couldn't really, but not the point. I probably could have, but I already activated the effect.
Oh, I remember what that.
Remember, I was
does.
trying. I was trying to activate the effect, but it didn't want to do what I want, so not a big deal.
Okay.
I could very easily misplay, by the way.
You're fine. Okay. This is where the problem children start again. Alright. Okay.
How many of those blazing quasars do you have?
1, but I also have a Monster Reborn in the deck. Okay.
Duel, so he's not the one I'm having a problem with.
Yeah, there it goes. That's that first activation. I wish I could just... 4. Yeah, this is my loss.
The only game that matters is the first one.
Yeah. If I only had that one card and I don't have it.
Okay, so you got 3. Is there anything more?
No. I'm done. I told you, as soon as you got rid of that field spell, I was done. I misplayed heavily. I forgot all about Chimera Tech.
Behold.
If you're gonna kill me, just kill me.
I'm trying to make sure I can actually do it.
Trust me, you can do it. You have the firepower. If only you can get to another freaking infinity, this would be a lot quicker. There it is.
Sorry, that took me a second to figure out.
Alright, I'm dead. Farewell, world, I'm gone! Alright, that's the first one. Yeah, that was my misplay. I'll accept that. Shit.
It's been a while since I've actually played this deck. Ooh, it's full of burial. Alright.
Hey.
He's dishing it out now.
Okay.
I will say though, your deck is pretty consistent.
Yeah, it's consistent, but damn, can I not do anything right now?
You can do a lot of things. You have an entire deck full of things you can do.
Oh, here it is. This will probably what I'll have to do. So... I'll have to be... some...
Okay. Okay, what's that?
It's Stardust Warrior.
What does it do?
Nothing right now.
You can negate the summon if you do destroy that monster. You can attribute this card. Interesting. So, what? You gonna negate it?
I'm gonna have to.
Oh my god. I don't know. Give me this.
Really?
For no other reason than to be fun. Waiting. Ghost Ogre is waiting. Anything else? By the way, his effect still went off.
What?
Yeah, it doesn't negate the effect, it just destroys the monster.
It's supposed to negate it.
No, it's not.
Okay, whatever.
It's just when it activates, you destroy the monster. But its effect still goes through. I'm curious.
That's
just
bull!
It
Sure.
just stays there apparently.
Oh, I lost both times then. I'm not even gonna try. I misplayed twice!
Come on now.
Ugh. I'm over it now.
Unfortunately, I can't end you this turn. Well, actually... Well, no. I don't know why I did that. Not the point. I can't end you this turn. Okay. I can't end you this turn.
Regardless, I'm trying a little bit, but I've lost. I tried.
The next turn, I definitely got you. Nah, you probably got this.
No, I don't. You're gonna negate everything I do from now on.
What else you got?
Nothing else? I don't know what you expected. If I drew the one card I needed, I could have done something, but no. I choose my own fate now. Have at thee.
You know what I would have done just funny? Just a negated. I didn't want to throw in a negated attack in here just to say, no, I will end you. Just to show that I have this card.
Yeah, you're fine. What are you gonna do? I swear, if you summon the one card I think you're gonna summon... I swear to God. Really? Okay! I honestly thought you were gonna go more poetic than this, but alright, that's fair.
No, just a card that's really hard to use.
Yeah, no, I lost.
Alright, so for those of you keeping up, he won the challenge, so that means he gets to pick the actual challenge itself, but I get to make the rulings.
Yeah, and if y'all watched the previous video, technically I was expecting the card I used to defeat him, but apparently that didn't happen.
I only need to attack you once.
Yeah, true.
But this is the deck. I messed up by using Red Familiar, which would have, if I didn't use this, I would have been able to go from Red Rising Dragon to anything else.
And this was my deck. I messed up when I had this on the field and this.
And if you wanted to see my Cyber Dragon deck, this is what it looks like.
So, you got one more up on me on redemptions, and we're even with matches. No, I'm one up. I'm 2 up on challenges.
You're 1 up on matches, but I'm still running redemptions.
No, I'm 2 up because I won the last one too. This is our 6th one.
Is this our 6th? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so I'm up 2, but
I still won the vast majority of redemptions, though.
Yes, you've won all the last 5 of the redemptions except for 1, which I won because I was using Cyber, which is more meta than everything I've been playing.
It's not meta, but it's a rogue contender. It is more powerful than it lets on.
Yes,
it can just screw you over if you know how to use it.
Alright. Pause one moment while I go over to Discord and share my screen with you. Okay, you don't know how to build these towns yet, so that's fine. Oh my god! What the fuck did you do? Why?
I don't know what you mean.
Okay, I know exactly what you did wrong. Holy fuck, no wonder your draw ratio was shit. You had too many tuners.
Okay. You don't have to be so excited. Calm down.
No, it's like...
Okay. I told you. I don't know how to build Synchro decks.
You're fine, but damn, I was not expecting this. Okay, show me each card one by one so I know why you chose them.
It's very simple.
Okay.
My goal is to get to here.
Okay.
The only way I could get to here is with these.
Uh-huh. Okay. Start with the first card so I know what their effects are. I didn't actually pay attention when you were dueling me. Start here.
If you control a Fiend Tuner, you can special summon this card.
Okay, that is a good effect because you use Fiends.
If this card is normal special summon, while you control no monsters, you can special summon one level 3 or lower Fiend Tuner.
Okay, next.
You contribute 1 Fiend monster, and yada yada yada. Not as special. This one was like the big problem for me.
Okay, I know what the problem with that is. You needed a dragon specific, and the only one you had in the grave was Rising.
So then you have this, which by the way is not a bad card just on its own. It just allows you to search a card for 1500 or less defense, which all of them have.
There are better cards than that one that you could have used, but I commend it.
This one because it's a level 3 tuner. Obviously these because obvious.
Yeah, they're hand negates.
The vast majority of these are level 6 to level 8, which means you need 2. So the level 3 is not necessary, but level 2s are necessary.
I would have lowered down that wind monster you have.
Wind.
There's a wind rabbit one. It's right below the wind card you had. Go back. Right below.
Oh.
I would have limited that to 1.
Yeah, probably.
And as far as like every other card, I would say everything works out. You do have infinite impermanence. That would have fucked me if you had that on when I brought out Junk Speeder.
Never drew these, by the way. Never drew these. I drew this one, which didn't come into play at all.
It would have helped you if you realized I was using Wheel Synchron's effect to lower my level.
Yeah, but unless I can pull it out of the graveyard, I can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have this because you were drawing a lot of cards.
Yeah, that would have helped you a lot.
Never drew this, never drew these.
Okay. I will say though, I would have differentiated the Resonaires you had. There were different Resonaires that did different effects that paired really well, but having a singular 3 times is... Yeah.
But again, my goal was to get to here.
Yes, which is alright and everything. I just would have limited them down to 2 per and put different ones in there.
Yeah, maybe.
But
again, don't really build synchro decks.
You're fine.
Not very experienced.
You're fine. The only issue was your tuner to regular monster ratio was a little bit yikes. You only had a total of 9 3, 2, that's 5. 3, 2, that's 10. You only had 11 monsters that were normal monsters. Not really normal, but effect, regardless. The way to go with tuner decks, like this one, is you want to kind of have a little bit more monsters than you do tuners, but you at least want to have an even ratio. That was your only issue. If you, like, saw that and brought out the monsters, you would have been able to bring out Supernova in 1 turn if you did it right.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright. Now then, I will show you mine. 1 sec.
This is his deck.
Yes. This is mine.
Yep.
This one was my OP MVP.
I like how you have 3 hand traps in your hand in this deck. That's like different.
Yeah, I wanted to have 2 of Ash Blossom, but it was just messing up with my whole deck. As far as like the main cards that came in clutch, it was Wheel Synchron and Synchron Carrier. Synchron Carrier was the only card that allows me to summon another Synchron monster. It literally doubles my normal summon capabilities. So if I have that on the field, I could summon another Synchron. It's supposed to be paired up with anything above 3. So I can bring out the higher levels.
In all fairness, you built a pretty good deck.
Yeah, I did.
It was consistent. It slapped. It did knock me down. I was unable to do anything. So hey, you did it.
I added that one for pure just fuckery.
That one is a fuckery card. I respect it.
Then I had this in case you got Synchro monsters out.
Which, obviously.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Regardless.
Well, you see why I don't like them? Because you have to have the perfect ratio of tuners to monsters, and I just don't understand what that means.
Yeah. What I did was basically go off of a few tuners and have ways to bring out just the tuners, which is what Junk Speeder was for. This thing was used in so many meta duels, I can already guarantee you, if people were playing Synchro decks with just Synchrons, that was in there. Because you can...
Just for the funny of it, if I were to rebuild this deck, considering I don't know how to build
Before anything else, hold it. Okay, repeat what you said, because I was switching over to my screen so I could see your deck.
So, all things being equal, what would you recommend I change to this deck?
Okay, as far as like...
I don't know how to build synchro decks.
You had too many tuners. Way too many.
That doesn't help me.
Okay, so you know how you built like 3 tuners each in the deck? Don't build 2. Don't build 3. Exactly 3 is what makes or breaks the deck. The effects is what you want. So I would limit it down to 2 tuners of one like card at a time. And then for the sheer fact of Red Familiar, if you knew like you had a lot of dragon monsters, yes, it's good to have. But most of your dragons aren't dark. Actually, because if I'm looking at it right, it's only like fire or something, if I remember correctly.
No, they're all dark.
Okay, is it based off of attribute and type, or is it just based on type? One Dark Dragon.
Dragon Synchro. Dark Dragon Synchros.
Okay.
This is specific to the Red Dragon Archfiend archetype.
Okay. Crystal Wing. Can you go down to it for me? Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon?
Is a wind.
Yes, he's a wind, so he would not be a card you want in the deck.
For fun.
Yeah, I can tell. But,
well, if I wanted a card that's not in this deck, that shouldn't be here.
It's... To be honest, I hoped you would find a different one than that one, because it would do a lot better for your deck.
Anyway, not the point. So, a little bit less tuners, more of the monsters. Get rid of the Red Familiar.
Red Familiar needs to be limited down to at least either 1 or 2, depending on how many dark monsters you have.
So I need the Red Sprinter more than the Red Familiar.
Red Sprinter, if based on its effect, go back to it for me, please. A normal summoned or special summoned. Yes, that one, if you had no other monsters, this would be immediately like a GOAT card for you. Because it summons another, like, tuner monster to the field. It would immediately help you, since all your tuners are on there, fiends.
Because the goal of the deck was to get these cards out. That was the whole goal.
Yes.
So because of that, that's why the deck is built this way.
Which is fine. Go ahead and show me your side deck so I can see it.
It's already down there.
I know, I can't see the card effects until you, like, click on it. Okay. Red Warg. When a normal summon a Resonator monster, you could special summon this card from your hand. Its attack becomes halved. But that one would immediately have been a good card for you to bring out a high-level monster. So Red Warg would have helped. Alright, Dark Resonator. The first time this card would be destroyed by each turn, it is not destroyed. That card would have been your immediate defense card. So that would have been another card you would have had in the deck to stall. Because your deck needs more stall than anything else. Okay, Clock Resonator. Once per turn, this face-up defense card cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effect. The only issue is it's not a Dark Resonator, so that one's not a no-go. I couldn't recommend that one, but even though it has an excellent effect. Wind Resonator, okay. If you control a level 8 or higher Synchro monster, that's a conditional card. A very conditional one. Soul Resonator, add 1 level 4 low. That would have been a card you would have had in there. That one specifically. Alright, Flare Resonator. Let's see. A Synchro monster that uses this card as a Synchro material gains 300 attack. Not really. It's not a really decent card. Moving on. Force Resonator. When this card... Oh, shit. When this card is control... When you can... When you send this face-up card you control to the graveyard... I swear they do not write English well on these cards. The target... Then target one face-up monster you control. If it attacks this turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects that target a monster until the end of the damage step. Conditional. Okay, now we're looking at Vision Resonator. If a level 5 or higher dark monster is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. Most of your summons require like level 5, so yeah, that would have been a good one too. And then we have Barrier Resonator. Quick effect, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, target one tuner you control. This turn, it cannot be destroyed by battle. That would have been protected. That would have protected you against a tuner being destroyed.
It's not a dark one.
Yeah, it's the only issue is it's not dark. Otherwise, I would have recommended it. Next card, Mirror Resonator. If your opponent controls a face-up monster that was special summoned from the extra deck and you do not, while this card is face-up in your hand or graveyard, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect of Mirror Resonator once per turn. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Treat this card's level as that monster's original level. That would have been good too. But it's not a dark monster, so I can't regularly recommend it. Double Resonator. Ooh, I remember this card. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can target one face-up card on the field. That target is treated as a tuner monster this turn. You can banish this card from your graveyard, target one fiend monster you control. That fiend is treated as a tuner monster this turn. I would have kept that.
Maybe.
Alright, next card. Now, just for a caveat before I continue, people, these are just my personal opinions because I built a deck with low Resonators in them. I haven't built a full Resonator deck, but I've used them enough to know that some Resonators are better than others. That double one, for me, it would have been perfect because my cards get off the field like that. So
in this particular duel, that none of these would have helped really, because you could just negate most of them.
If I got Cosmic Blazar out. Yeah, that was your only issue.
That was my big issue. But generally speaking, the deck was just not that great.
Oh,
it could get the big monster out. That's about what it could do.
Yes, but the problem with it was that it was not getting out fast enough.
And it wasn't consistent.
No.
So, if I'm gonna rebuild this deck, then I'm just gonna probably pay more attention to these effects.
Yeah, because that's what the Resonators are really for. They're effects-based cards, so you want their effects to pop off quick.
But generally, these two Resonators are actually really good.
Yes, they are. That's why I didn't say remove them. I said just lower it down to 2, so you can choose different Resonators to be in the deck. They're support cards. That's what they're meant to be. Not to mention, if you didn't limit yourself to 40 cards, you would have actually been able to add a few of those Resonators that would have helped.
Yeah, but I like to keep 40 cards.
Yes, that's a personal preference, which I can understand. It's just with Synchro decks, you want as much material as you can get.
Not a big deal. Anyway.
But regardless, you did really well for your first Synchro duel.
I did terribly. What are you talking about?
No, physically speaking, you were able to get your monsters out. You were able to do a lot of things. It's just the problem was it was not getting out fast enough.
And yours was coming out too fast.
Mine was coming out so fast, in fact, you were getting it. You were trying to figure out how my effects work. So that's when the redemption came in. Everything went all your way because you understood what cards you needed to get away first. And
no, not really. I just knew how to get rid of your cards because, again, I usually use the Cyber Dragon deck to get rid of Synchros.
Yeah. It was just a bad matchup.
He's down like crazy.
But I also wanted to show you one other, like my 2 support cards for the main deck because I don't think I brought them out at all.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
One sec. Okay, I've switched over. Okay, for my main deck, we have Cosmic Blazar Dragon. Did not use Quasar, but that was a specific point because it did not have any effects for negation. All it could do is double attack. Then we also have Stardust Warrior. Stardust Warrior was just meant to get rid of cards until I got my engine going again.
You know, I'm actually kind of surprised you didn't have Stardust Dragon.
It wouldn't have worked.
Clear negate, which would have been a clear negate for you.
It wouldn't have worked because I had too many other negates in the deck. Like this card, for example, Starlight Warriors was literally a target, like, destroyer. Like, if you had more cards on the field that didn't have negates on it, that would have just been your death. Because, based on its little special ability, this card gains 1,000 attack points for each card destroyed. But, the one caveat is, I have to have Synchro monsters in the grave. So the more Synchro monsters I had in the grave, the more that thing would have popped off and given me a lot more just fuel.
True. So, needless to say, I need to rebuild this. I'm not going to give up on this deck because it's the only Synchro deck I have.
Yes.
But, generally speaking, I'm going to rebuild it, obviously.
Which is fair. And as far as, like, everything else is concerned, if you want to talk about Synchro decks with me, I will be totally okay with that. I do not mind.
Yeah, you know how to build them better than I do.
Yes. Now, as far as...
I can build an Eggsy deck like crazy.
This was the card I had in there.
You motherfucker. You bastard. How dare you.
I did say I couldn't...
you use Black Rose Dragon over this. How dare you insult me?
Oh my god. Oh, and then I have this little thing, which, by the way, its negation effect is amazing because of what it can do once its level gets lower. It lowers it by 2 levels each time it negates something. So the more cards you use for spells or traps, this bitch is awesome. But this was my main, like, reason for choosing this card. It has an effect where it chooses to lower its level to where I can get into Big Boss. So that
was the main point of your deck anyway.
My main point of the deck, it had several support cards to get to Quasar. Physically speaking, that's what it was built for. It physically has more cards to get to Quasar within a single turn. The only issue I had was I couldn't, as soon as I got to him, my hand was depleted. It basically was like, I had to keep this thing on the field to keep myself alive. And this was the other card, which, by the way, don't like, but I can understand why people use it. It allows you to bring more level 2 monsters that are not tuners from your graveyard back to the field to give you more summoning power.
True.
This one is, I never brought out, but I brought out before, is because the duel did not require me to bring out Formula Synchron because of the little caveat I had. This one was a goat. I will say that one's a goat. Because it not only brings forth more summoning power and has a high-ass defense, it can make whatever monster comes after it a tuner monster.
Nice.
And it can also, if I remember correctly, it also brings back a card once it's summoned. Yeah, 1 tuner once it's summoned. So it basically was more fuel. That's literally all it was. And then I have draw power.
Draw.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought Librarian had a negate. I don't know why I thought that.
It's because a lot of people draw negates with Librarian.
Yeah, probably.
But, the main thing was, level 5s came in clutch for this deck to bring out the 12.
I think you did a great job building this deck.
I think I did too, but damn, I didn't find out about that thing until much later. That card was my favorite out of all the cards I've ever seen for Synchrons.
Anyway. So, I guess, alright, so you're the one choosing the next challenge, I'm choosing the rulings for the challenge.
Yes, that is fair. I prefer that over the shit I have to do with this challenge.
Anyway, so I guess I'll end this. I'll end this out.
All right, you fine ending this out. Go ahead, buddy.
Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and put down in the comment section, please, different challenge ideas, because we're eventually gonna run out. We are.
Abso-frickin-lutely, because we're already running out now.
Oh, I have plenty of ideas. I have plenty.
Oh god, don't.
I have plenty.
Oh no, not ASMR, no.
Do you like the tippy tappies?
No, I do not!
Anyway, leave a like, comment, subscribe.
Yes.
And put it down to Walker's channel and my channel.
Love yeah, buds, come on down. Come on down, buds. I'll welcome you.
No, don't go to his channel. Love my channel. Love
love me. This is how this works. Yes.
Yeah, subscribe to his channel. He's cool.
Yeah, and please just bear with me.
Hours content. He's got a lot of Dark Hours.
Oh dear God, I've got a lot of people watching the Golden Tag video. Like I've had 9 people view the thing.
Hey, you know what? Maybe we'll play Golden Tag again.
Yeah, also, found out there's new content for Dark Hours, but I am not tempted to play it too soon. Dear Jesus.
Yeah, we might want to let it ride a little.
Yeah, even though there's an event going on, I still do not want to play that. Like, for God's sake, no.
We're playing... Oh, and tune in to our stream on Sunday at 8 o'clock Central Time.
Yes, please do tune in.
We are playing Once Human. We are playing once human.
We will finally
on
be
my
able
channel.
to do the boss, people. Come down. Watch us beat the Treant.
That is true. We are beating the tree. We are destroying nature.
Yes.
You know, like humans do. Anyway, bye.
Bye.